Everybody, I want to hear you. Let's go. Come on. One more time. Come on. I like it from Akka on guitar. I can't hear you. Break it down. I want to hear that. Let's go. Come on. I want to hear the man. Hermano. Hermano.
Yo, amade share your mamo ajo esign emamo akwaba edeba no kremre jimedie so. I na watch akọ assign ababeto ye nti achichi nkonya ayatna se ye bechiche nkomo ede afa yamanyo sem eho meeting ede Antonia Chifa Ifa chese inyumre so obetimi ahye wo Facebook, Instagram and YouTube channels ne so mo Eastern European countries no so betimi etie Anchor FM and Asambiti and podcast no and also Today Ghana News TV. O baso no so na wakai say link no obeshare na afoforo so ensa akebi. Na o comments na o suggestions so eya na o de ascending na nyina yitimi abom ama dwumedie no aye kama. Enyumre yaji nkonya atena si de unim say nyame nko a na mabetena se atwetwe nkomo omo a omabeka me ho na yedi dwumedie abo an asomu no yenua bema Dr. Abongo Mashud ono enema betene mu akasa ede ama NPP amanyukun. Dr. Abongo yema akwaba
yenua ajifa
bibi akokode me ho ye wonso
adum nko bibi aboko.
Okay.
Me pesa use this opportunity achia. Me use this opportunity achia NPP for bibi omo via me chi omo yina bibi omo via na masa achia Ghana for bibi omo via na tie for chi omo yina.
Okay. Dr. Bongo Echiado for my na then of course NPP party masina saying yan sadanti monka den potene ekoso
Jifa unti yanka ya da so hono unse parliament ye gusu ye kasa defend Ghana seek for accountability enti ye ejuma pa ye opposition say ye ejuma ye de say na ye power enti jifa ye ejuma and we say na san yan so ye yi nkrofodin ya kwa ma GES sie no wa change the decision no as sie no odi Ghana for now you omudin no why change that decision as say odi obesan be for mama abaye ejuma biom enti jifa NPP de ye gusu ye ejuma un say ni power your opposition enti opposition ejuma na na eden yeah.
Okay, and the Dr. Bongo Ebeda say ni oba betene mu akasa ede ama NDC amanyuku yenua bema Konedi Adam Bennett ne nsa yensa nyanka no enti asen when na Konedu ebe join okay Konedu yema akwaba when mute your mic na my enti pacho so mic no my akwaba
ya na mini aba na pombo kode
nyame adomo nsoe
nyame daruma ja na atwa kwa private MBM.
Okay, shadow for my
say on YouTube or microphone, yes.
Let me see shadow for my
Yo, mini about the family that say. Yes, I see the near in check here, my phone yet here for when I'm here in free Ghana, here free Europe, and all over the world. In check here, Emma Bibiara. Now, in check here, the campaign also, as I thought, the real copy of my party leadership, Era President Mahama, at that announce say, na chairman, Sidun Katia, as also Obuna Chidom. Na me check a sesa kwa ko ma yamame Professor Nana Opukwadjuma me check a see komo me check a see biem e koma me nua kojo dankwa ene Peter Mensa na deda me champi na atwa kwa private enti ya bai be bobo Ghana nkanko no Ghana mpuntu ho ti ya hye de na tese no ano no me aba.
Okay, and the Mr. Medasi, mini abema Konedi Adam, and I'm saying Kano. Yen for the evening tribune, the Bokata, na yen share in someone about better honor wochi. Ye Kamusu said the evening tribune, dear. Ebedru ya wadano pa oko o news standard, one sa ebetimi akebi. Okay, the first story about the evening tribune front page. 2025 budget brings so much relief to the ordinary man. Oshasi Swa, Ato Force and Finance Minister, or no Nimfonyi and Edda Hokama yi. FDAG to expose political victimization and unfair practices in Ghana security agencies. And also say logo and ewo hono forum for development and accountability, accountable governance. And edisan semi air to almost every promise is being fulfilled. Ayariga ena edi sa ensemi etuja. Enti way any other stories sa ekeka ho no. Se opeso hu into details sa ma wensa enka the Evening Tribune the bokrata no. Ye ka also say or story, advertisement, article bibi opese publish it and the so Oma yaso ete betimi aye ede amau I inte amau nsa enka the Evening Tribune the bokrata. Yen try a home sima na say about topic I discuss so ye dey no so betuja. All right, yes, I am a akwaba na and the topic I discuss no. I said the name. Finance minister wababe read budget my akohoma bosika no I or the ababe tuja na ensem a ewum na afeye babe pensim mu na ya hye se the budget no esi etie ya hye se ebe boatimemufo and as a budget no say in both sides no e take 2025 budget no almost share a dear budget say about today ebeboa Ghana na aboa amai manso yanko Dr. Abongo Mashuto.
Yeah, Jifa. Me that pass.
Dr. Abongo.
Yeah, Jifa.
Budget si pacho utimi etie bi na say unye bi ekenkan ye.
Oh, Jifa me tie bi. Ena me bi kenkan ye. Enti
Okay.
me tie bi ena me bi kenkan ye. Na Jifa.
Okay.
Ne mo wan say NPP project amode baye no. Which is one day say one factory. And obia nim say we are seeing na developing countries na developing countries ni na ope so come one sema industrialization and I say factories na momo ye developed countries and they mean na one say NDC say omo ba be twem omo ba be cancel no na me say komo ba ya o meka say oh policy we in the air say we MPP asha say ebi o man ye ni o man ti man ye amana wie enti ye be change no aye ni say aye ni A and I say ni B enti me de one pa say NDC pa aka say o mo twem one this one factory ho one because one this one factory ene ejuma beba ene the factories beba ene me ga na bitima den akoni nim enti one ne one pa say o mo se o mo twem no and the second thing budget no so anka ho asam ni say ye ina ni say NDC they campaign on 24-hour economy now o hwe o budget no ma o man ya allocation bia for 24-hour economy no o man kan hwe am for 24-hour economy no enteno no so na eye mo wanwa say project o ma ye ho advert aye ho campaign aye ho aka ho asem na fe do me budget kura na allocation bia ni ha e de be 24-hour economy no na o kan ni say o de baba parliament na parliament o de policy ni baba parliament na one fine year budget e wo ho a na also the baba parliament o de baba parliament how are you now going to make the budget on it and then this was the first thing
They said this is just the first quarter and see first quarter the end of about dying, no. And I say this going into second quarter, into second quarter budget, and on the dying. So let's just assume say within the third quarter budget, no, you be 24-hour economy.
There be you. If I share when budget when a 2025 budget speech. Almost 30. Oh, sure. Maybe who say I'll say 2025 first quarter budget.
Yes, but the problem I want to say, by any say every quarter the finance minister gives us a budget. And see, let's just assume, say, moving forward to the third quarter, we can get something on the 24-hour economy.
If I didn't know, make us say, when you say budget, we know, I can't even be instead say a 24-hour economy, instead say a first quarter. And for example, my mistake, almost the estimate about me fan say, I realize I buy was a utria. Almost 30 seconds, say 20. Ghana also faces significant external debt service obligation over the next 4 years, totaling 8.7 billion, right? Concentration in 2027-2028. And to share budget now, we buy now. Oman limiting to first quarter and you know me make one seminal. Nima be wahonuma. Oman in such a way say it will extend to the whole year. So, the document. The document does not specify the first quarter and say second quarter. Even though Obesa by Parliament, but I believe say budget when if Parliament approves it, Ometma using the same budget for the whole year, right? Even though the constitution demands
you are assuming say this is a budget for the whole year. Sana o Triana.
Ultimate Sana heading no Sana heading nature. Heading can say a first quarter and second quarter. Say second quarter mostly it stays what's the status 2025 budget speech, right? And stated presented to Parliament. On behalf of the President Mahama by Dr. Kesley Atuforsin, MP and Minister for Finance, right? And you know, Mr. Tini say, per budget, no, Usha, the whole year budget. But what am I saying? It may assume say, we go through the whole year budget. So even if I'm going to go by, yes, even if I'm going to go by what you are saying, that means first quarter, no, NDC, their supremacy policy, their so-called ideal policy, their so-called great policy, it hasn't even come into their first quarter budget. That means the policy now can say a failure. Wow, more policy or more use 24-hour economy. I campaign. Now more first budget buy and then buy different. Now I could go and call corner. Now call corner and I say I could go.
Other things so our company was on and other things have also appeared. So we can just say they are taking a step at a time. And I say that doesn't work.
Their key policy of the campaign is 24-hour economy. It was 24. That was the key campaign message NDC used. So if they are presenting a budget, and it is not in their budget, the first quarter budget, then we should be worried as Ghanaians. We should be worried as Ghanaians that their key policy, the 24-hour economy, is not in the first quarter of their budget. We should be worried. Is it because they are not ready? Is it because they don't have a direction?
Could they do about answers at the Amayan on this particular issue? Because I'm wondering why we didn't see anything on 24-hour economy. It was our budget team. But again, share budget no more. I bet me about Ghana.
The share budget more. I bet me about Ghana. Ebia second quarter no more. But never share a bit my board. But maybe
budget over 95 pages. You know how share a bit your Ghana.
me say near who's how can say near ever Ghana and I see me young here. Me them young who you buy ever Ghana.
A whole 95 pages budget. Oh share she ni more. Oh
me young here. But
okay, Dr. Bongo, but let me ask this. When
Meva, if I'm young here, but near me can't and me say about boy young who can Ghana. Near me share I bet my boy, Miss Sisters, me near Bama SS and say, government shall be provided free part among. But this is a selected of gender, right? But who can Ghana? And then I can say me young here, but I can say. Some section of Ghana.
Free sanitary pad to young girls who are Ghanaians at school going age. Yes. Dr. Wongo, is that also not helping Ghana? Because in the long run, it's helping the parents. Because parents almost discuss and supporting girls to get these parts. So in the long run, it's a cycle. What the girls, what parents, what the education sector as a whole. Isn't that helping Ghana?
That is what I'm saying. Say, if I never bought Ghana, but that is why I'm coming with an explanation, right? Because if someone may argue, if you go to the young guys that are also in the dormitory, they'll say, oh, they are giving the ladies free part, but we the young guys, what are they giving us, right? And then we kind but who can say, oh, budget no dear Bena, me share a menije. Kamaka so almost 30 say on free part to our sisters, our young girls who are in secondary school and JHS, right? Question yes,
budget here I can then I will show and I say otie then when you
and I can't say I didn't know I menije because me young wenije. But near me who say we near Bama when you say almost 30 say oh or more free part, but this is just a statement. Answer number implementing no man who say oh my no and the many veggie, but someone yeah they statement in the Jiva and this is for Omia propaganda so Omuya 419 Omuka e levy Omaka betting tax. Says you only budgeting by Omuka you we will remove a wolo. That means this year crown only expect to almost e-levy. Now me can say oh you abolish e-levy, you abolish betting tax. Kasabe ukra come the air parliament, ka budget mukra come state to crash oh yeah na free so crash say ni so omo the whole aba say we will. That means this year say no crano ombe gisa tax na di.
It's a gradual process. The same way before the implementation, it went through processes. No, so as soon as abolition also will go through a process.
There be. Jifa who see down who to me take 1 year see down, but ububu na who take a second or bubu na yina ubu. And idea any year the check idea send there and take it time cra. And they are not ready. If they are ready, they would have said that we have abolished e-levy. That was the statement I want you to hear. Not we will. The statement we will. It's not that oh we have abolished e-levy and we have made arrangement for it to take effect immediately. This is a serious government who really means it because Bomia Castle were abolishing e-levy. And we had a document, second we near 7th January, strain in Krana Vienna. We put in a proposal to abolish e-levy. Anymore. And yeah, after the budget were back, now wall. You can't wall that means budget were corners about crime, but I say wall. On the e-levy, a D, on the betting tax a D. No be also over abolition, be also against it. After the over to swa, GD. Jifa morally a good. And yet
NASA is already in the system. It's already been implemented and so on more
abolish it.
They are now taking steps to abolish it.
No, so if you are taking steps, you can just abolish it one day. That's what I'm saying. Jifa, they have majority, NDC have majority in parliament. right? They are majority, overwhelming majority, and they even call us macro
So you don't
minority.
think it needs to go through the due process? Is that not going to be
No,
illegal?
they are not going to the due. They can go through the due process. What is the due process? They should have said the due process. They should have said that, oh, e-levy, we are abolishing it, and we have started the process A, B, C, D. But they said they will. That means the process have not even started. They will. They are not thinking to do it. It's a will. The word will, that is what I'm worried. If they were to say that, oh, we have started the due process to abolish e-levy, that would have been a different thing altogether. But stating that we will, that means they are still considering taking e-levy taxes to enjoy with it. They are still considering taking betting tax to enjoy with it, right? So they are interested in enjoying the money before they will abolish it. That is my worry. But Jifa, let me consider this thing. There is one page that, if you wouldn't mind, I will just state it. If Mr. Producer can put it on the platform, that is under page 35. I should think 34, 35, which is the real sector for development in 2024, right? That is. Let me on my light so that you can see me clear. Jifa. So I would just want to explain that one in details, right? Not this. Go to the. I will want you to just use the graph, the bar chart. So different the real sector development in 2024, right? So let's see, 2016, right? The If you see the orange color, that is the overall GDP, and if you see the blue color, it will be the
Yeah. Non-oil
non-oil
GDP.
GDP. Yes. So let's say 2016, our GDP was 3.4, right? That was when
Mhm.
we did the elections. When NPP came to power, it rose to 8.1, right? The 2018, 6.2, 2019, 6.5, 2020, take note, 2020, our GDP was 0.5. Why? Because
Mhm.
that was when COVID-19 came to Ghana. So always when we talk and we mention COVID-19, people say, hey, everything NPP say COVID-19. But this is NDC budget, 2025 budget. This is not NPP. And they have
Oh,
highlighted that
Dr. Bongo, I don't think Ghanaians were
they have
disputing the
highlighted that
fact
the
that
20.
COVID-19 had an effect on the economy. COVID-19 did have an effect on the economy, but I said, even after 3-4 years of COVID-19, we are still blaming COVID-19 when other nations have moved away from COVID-19.
No, no, no. What we are saying is that, right, government is a term. It takes 4 years. So we're making an argument that the first 4 years, we manage the economy well. The second term, we had a lot of disaster, international disaster that was beyond Ghana. And we mentioned COVID-19, and we mentioned Russian-Ukrainian war. These are things that really affected Ghana economy under our second time. It's just a point that we are making that Ghanaians should understand. It's not that it was just that we wanted to mismanage the country. That is why we are mismanaging the country. No. Or that is why there was difficulties. No. We did not mismanage the country. We did not mismanage the economy. It's just that we had world economic crisis, disaster, world international, that's international disaster happened. That was beyond our control, right? And it affected Ghana economy, no. And then Ghana for say, oh, your home and if from 2019, your GDP now 6.5. Now 2020 at 0.5. Jifa. At this is very serious. ABC that. Yet 2021, it means manage here. Edicor 5.1, right? 2022, it about 3.8. And to ultimately say, ye cost crano, ye free by mucrano, Edicor 5.7. And you combine it, the overall GDP, non-oil GDP now, 2016 8.3. That was under NDC. Over 2017, yeji power, it was 12.7, right? Over 2018, 12.3. Over 2019, 12.3. Over 2020, the combined GDP, 1.5. You can imagine from 12.3 to 1.5. Look at how much we lose here. Over 110%. This is serious. Over 2021, 11.7. Over 2022, 8.5. And over 2024, our economy was in good shape. Called 13.7. So that means the government was even working well. And the free buy mono, the GDP that was higher than GDP NDC Edemae. So even based on this budget, it tells you say NPP there because omo free so no the real GDP NDC gave us, let me say 2016, and my December no, na GDP near 3.4 and inherited the overall GDP. Yeah, free so 5.7 based on numbers when they are there. Different. This is common mathematics. P class 1 ni akora. O de man kura. Waka say NPP ya there. And tell me this say NDC for ankasa budget no. Omo de buy no. Aya den ajade say ya there pa because they inherited GDP of 3.5 and they call 5.7 and they ma omo. And ya there pa different. Udi di say ya there. And the kama say mikopa na NDC oba ombo ni se mo ma say ya there. Jifa.
Okay, any oba me man abo say mama mo.
Jifa ya there pa. And jifa na esa ya mo wan say budget ni mu nso o man state employment. Omo rather receipt employment. Ni ya mo wan no. Ebuma amuka say se no mu di 24-hour economy eba. Edi na nka minim say almost 24-hour economy no. Omo can say 3-1-3-3. That means one day they will have 3 shifts, and out of the 3 shifts they will employ 3 people. So 3 groups of people will get. Edi jifa na minim say ni akoba no. Ombe my employment, more employment. More employment different. So that was what I was expecting. Say they will say budget no. They will create this amount of jobs, and the government have budgeted this to create these jobs. My own BBS because 24-hour economy number, and my own BBS it is different. And also na me da say I didn't know yes and the budget no so my own say and this for say one person who create gold bond, right? You can gold bond. I'm considering say about say cocoa board, right? And they will license it, license agents, agents for to gold no. Na Ghana government are then I export it, and we say now because we share gold business now. It needs huge investment. Yes, and as they say, as I mean, okay, a private sector and it gold export it. It's now gold for oil. Abra NDC NPP edibaye. To gold now. Need gold now. Need according oil aba. NDC buy no mucho mu. And they say almost the gold bond aba. And then BBC the difference in one. Now buying it to gold that was a good policy. It mobile and you should have modified it. Right? You should have modified it. Or modify it. And almost it is and did you find I am one say NDC and to share project one concluding part no conclusion no and our screen show and did you find this budget buy no a hopeless budget, a budget without directions, a budget without future. And I am one say yes, it's so budget we show. They should come again. For budget from bra. the budget that will reflect NDC campaign message, budget that will give Ghanaian hope. But this budget is a hopeless budget. This is 419 budget. This is just a budget. Meaning the words that I will use for the budget. Now NPP so we presented our budget. That's the minority budget. But anukre mum die ene na me ko site ejumamu. Mantimi antie na mantimi anfollow. Enti me gidi say me ko baka and I say me ko finance ba na me tie na me follow.
Na anka party in opposition die budget presentation mu present mo budget say bien. Enyo mo budget ni di bebu man is the present budget no. What is that supposed to mean?
Jifa, you should know because when NDC were in opposition, they stayed in opposition for 8 good years, right? When the Ghanaians voted and we gave them power, they were not organizing economic dialogue and they were inviting others to come. Can you imagine? So when they were in opposition, they didn't have plan. They don't have any economic plan. Now they are coming to seek Ghanaians to come and help them with economic ideas. And I see I opposition yamba or my invited yamba. Meanwhile, they don't even give us an invitation. Or more combining Ghanaians and the Ghanaians call here. And the Ghanaians call say economic dialogue. And did you find I'm even surprised. I'm even surprised that NDC are organizing economic dialogue in which they put a team of Ghanaian or renowned economists, which they came together to have a discussion. I don't know, it was 2 or 3 days discussion, economic discussion. So I keep asking myself, for that 8 good years, what were they doing? For that good 8 years, they didn't have any economic plan. They didn't have any economic ideas. And they have manifesto. So I'm even surprised. They have manifesto. So what were they doing? Or why did they organize this economic dialogue to do again? I'm surprised, Jifa. And I trust say NDC, they don't mean business. NDC, they are not ready to govern the country. And
But don't you think as a party in power, the dialogue is for other people to also share ideas. Because it's not only the responsibility of the NDC government to make sure Ghana develops.
Yes, Jifa, when you are going to share ideas, right, you are in opposition. You should have taken that time to share those ideas. And I believe that when they were doing their manifesto, when they were writing or when they were designing their manifesto, they met Ghanaians, they discussed with Ghanaians, because I know for sure NPP, when we're doing our manifesto, each committee, they based on the manifesto, met key stakeholders of those areas. And we had a discussion. Based on the discussion we had with these key stakeholders, we designed our manifesto. So when we came to power, or if NPP were to be voted into power, this is not time that we should go back and be doing 1 or 2 meetings, spending money again. Straight ahead, we would have implemented the ideas that we had in our manifesto so that we save money. If I'm going to tell you the amount of money they used to organize this economic dialogue for 3 years, Jifa, you go back. This money can be used to renovate not more than 1 Agenda 11 hospital. Not more than 1. You see? More than 1 Agenda hospital. Sorry. This money, the money they used to organize this economic dialogue itself is money that they could have used. So if you are economists, we just say economics is social science, we study human behavior. They should have known that economics is social science, we study human behavior, and they should have used that money to even finish with some of the hospital Agenda 11 hospitals and use their opposition manifesto that they used to campaign to implement the economic ideas to help save Ghana. That's what I'm saying. They don't mean business. And NDC are not ready for business. They are just ready to squander our money, to chop our money. Like somebody say, God, they chop and nyafo. If they chop and wawa, they want to chop our money nyafo. But this time around, we will not allow them. We will not give them chance. And someone even told me that the budget that they presented, Jifa, even though they have reduced the number of staff at the Flagstaff House or at the presidency, as compared to NPP, but then their budget is almost the same as NPP budget, which I find it conflicting. I'm now going to study that budget. They are saying something that they are having like 28 billion Ghana cedis. I'm not sure. I'll cross check my figures. And their staff is less than even half of NPP's staff, right? But NPP was having about 300 billion. So the difference of 20. Meanwhile, they have cut the staff number by 50%. So I'm even surprised. That means NPP are coming to NDC are coming to squander our money. They are coming to chop our money nyafu nyafu. If we are having twice their workforce at the presidency, and our budget was 300 billion, and they are having half of the staff, right? So assuming if we were having 2,000, I assume the NDC are having 1,000, and their budget is 280. That means difference 20. That means Jifa, we have to be worried for Ghana. We have to cry for Ghana. So this budget is not bringing any hope to Ghanaians, and we will make sure that we bring the right budget. So the minority today presented a budget for Ghana, and I think Ghanaians will study the budget of the minority, which is the NPP budget, and will force NDC and will use the minority budget, because the minority budget will rather help Ghana more than the majority budget. And Chifa, you can see it clearly. I use the same bar chart to make a presentation, the same data that they use. And I also stated the 24-hour economy, that we are not even finding it in their own budget. So this is not a budget that there is hope. This is a budget that we are not even supposed to consider. We are not supposed to use it. So we will give them an alternative budget that their 24-hour economy will be inside. And if they use that one, it will help us. Thank you, Jifa.
Okay. Thank you very much, Dr. Abongo Mashood. Yen call Konedia Don Bennett Hona. Yen say budgets no. What really stood out to him?
Many aba mechao na
Konedia ma
mejosi pi many aba mechia atiefo na hwefo to bio. Na machia me ko Dr. Abongo mechia ebiem. Na me we dey message producer akra say your time management no ke betima limit yen presentation no to 15 minutes. Na enya kwan aribati a enka ebeboa yen because Dr. so many allegations or really so many issues. I also say it me everybody to, but you can say everybody to all of them so I'm really a young can't be a buyer so it me here no a beboa many about yeah me da CP na you see empanimfo say ade fa FSC account na obusa doctor say budget e present here no e de be no wo a e ma e hye ne nkran na say ma e ne fe wo mu no na me hwe say anka ye nyina being objective citizens no anka obe admit the creativity of the finance minister and na ka wabona baso ewo ho if you say the reason why NTI you say yenye budget ne say ye de be boost confidence in the economy. And Oshe budget presentation, the by Dr. Forson, the Babeto, a job parliament, the kind of euphoria I incite or Omanimuna. I should say amount for confidence and hope in the Ghanaian economy again. Because budget statements in H.R.O. are binding to the policy direction for the entire year. And clearly, Oshe Kwaya, you are to Forson, a far so, Eshato, no much share, no manner. Kyerɛ sɛ ampa Ghana for yate asɛm de na doctor kasa no ɔka asɛm bebrebe na ade ba ko kan ya eye mmon kakra eye se ose ye 24-hour economy no yanka ho asem bia ewo ye budget statement ni mu na mepese me educate enye doctor nko a atiefo na hwefo nyina titu NPP 4 say 24-hour economy no enye policy a what say budget emma no the ntia enu kwase budget the 24-hour economy ni say a base system and you cannot budget for a system say oman no enom ekoye say production kosoro say demand for goods and services kosoro organically no companies would have the reason to run a 24-hour shift. And eno kwa say ye see a budget for 24-hour economy. And in fact, oko page 4 of the budget statement now. Me say me quote to kakra. And I call it the preamble of the whole budget statement. If you say free yen third page now a year article stated the reason why in I was say the president through the Minister of Finance Eba Bonting and so parliament the omano akọ ma body ekotu dwana eno ena to sumi no na the HN say the government remains committed to the pursuit of our 24-hour economy policy aimed at stimulating economic growth and job creation. This policy will contribute to addressing Ghana's structural economic challenges by creating an integrated, efficient, and increasingly export-driven industrial economy that fully utilizes our natural or national resources, capital, and labor power. So this becomes the preamble of the whole budget statement. And to show you the reason why America is very important to this government, and only statement any kind of budget statement anymore. Enti yewo botaye esi eni so kese pa and ye be Ghana for nyina say Ghana for moma a 4-year mandate. 4-year mandate ni say moma mfie 9 say ya fa mbo oman ho bra. And say mfie 9 no enna o say ye planning bibia o say ye nyina be kai a 2017 abra na do be fa akonya no no wa hye Ghana for bo so or the free teachers be ba amaforo be eka sanka on to no boss na yentimi plan policy ni ye but now so wanya ma promises so ba or the ba no kwade so the ba ye nyina hu ahaw ne atete ya man ya awfo efa mu enu nti because 24-hour economy no air policy ye expect say e tena se na change the face of the Ghanaian economy no nti no enu kwase ye pray ho if you say the medical can no your 4-year mandate si afi we twem kwa na wo mfie miensa sa wo yanimu a ye betimi ede aye policy na aye ni ye enti speaker I mean finance minister can say obele policy no before parliament na parliament deliberate on it ni ahwe ekwan ya befa so a and as a shaper 24-hour economy no ebetiki enti there's no ambiguity in terms of the policy. We made it very clear say it is one of our cornerstones into a can be also no 24-hour economy no ye de beba na many aba Dr. Kasana was can say be say gold board you say a set gold board na wonim de ntia or say set gold board no e bi mo crack can say gold board no NDC ebe you should abog Ghana micro no many aba okwa amay rebe so a amaya wo etu sika ko na gold and a backy or more currency okwa amay bit is Australia the Australian dollar no largely backed by gold. If you say gold near there or medium huge market here so okwa Canada the Canadian dollar is supported by gold and oil. Okwa Saudi Arabia sika no is supported by omo oil because any idea omo produce kese pa. But the man na wom sisi here na say Ghana no yen gold market na so polarized obi atimi ram eba be the open obi timi ram na beto gold no the kono krom enti me ntimi aggregate the amount of gold that man apart from gold that formal company registered company say angle gold na gold fields no no the informal sector na say omo ye from small scale miners you name the quantity of gold omo produce enti na I see a set up gold bar, a gold board. Said the beya, you better aggregate in na say be consolidate your gold free small scale miners no in Ebano. Na Ghana buying who said you 3 metric tons of gold. And then they have a ton, they had this kind of have a support to small scale miners. Inti, and gold board. A day ban, and that year profit making or institution as a body. Yeah, but yesterday, but yeah, you bring enough dollars. Our system, near to the cushion the city, and I can tell you, say, Nyame don't na policy na say institution start say yeah, juma na yem botaya see any so anti did sa institution ban ebamua Ghana for better asem because yen city na ho de ne be cost no be yen city no ahoden be cost no be say now to be your estimate say now to be gold board everything to gold 3 metric tons we make over $200 million every single week ama ye dia abayema no and yen so no say your gold yen dollar demand per week around the same figure around $200 million but because you need go is dollar do we every now and then there's pressure on our city into gold board at the and say about your gold na free the small scale mining sector na eba no na e dia ko adwam aso akoton at a competitive price na nye dollars dia ma be support you city in the economy no so clearly obia se Ghana ye die Ghana mpuntu eda na koma so no ense ode the support emma policy we be and as say institution na yura John Domani Mahama edia ba yellow asem dem fi eda no and clearly who tie asem dem fi na tie understanding of the sector na ade shem crime na efe ema no broso na mini aba maka se budget na eba no media na ka me mfre no budget statement me se me frɛ no debt management statement if you say o hwɛ car abanye free so na anu ya no omo abogu ho no mo a yewura to forcing etimi ahyehyɛ normal na in the face of all these debts no watimi ede enoma bia bedu akwan mu a ebeboa ma Ghana for komu adwe na che say dodo na se de meka no me frɛ no debt management statement as a budget if you say yewura to forcing waya ade car na egu ye so no na ya ade na no odin na doctor ekasa no osaka say betting tax na 11 no yentwa mu na okọ your budget statement na page 66 last paragraph na paragraph 236 no I say make continue kakra I say we committed to scrapping the e-levy and we have delivered na say you deliver bibia your process the so hwe na DC bi so say said the e-levy ne betting tax by the call parliament for pass here no sa na wo say ye from ma esa call back to parliament na parliament eso so ye de say ye na yetime ye free ho and any ade a ya can say ye be table all these taxes before parliament now parliament am into me in you say with our numbers in parliament we'll have the number a bit my boy na yetime ayi sa taxes ni na free obviously budget na catch say ye afro no modada akasa parliament ebeja tum and say dem kan ye na no your numbers are send people focus on my parliament on the day kana we still have the numbers to form a quorum na yetime ede sa taxes we ni na ede afro etimi ne ba wo hwe taxes na and as a budget statement na ayade a ehye nkwan yie in the sense that okọ baby to say promises there my you can say nyame adom na se Ghana for me ntumi a ye be on cap the get fund said ye be ya ye betumi aye some modification na aboa na yetimi incorporate free SHS na aboa ma policy na anya baby agina ye na se jan na so ye and within the first 60 days no e ade e tuma fulfill sa promise na ya on cap get fund as say ye di over 4.1 billion eba beka get fund ho said ye be na yetimi ade a fund free SHS ama free SHS so agina be papa agina ye share boka say ye ba national apprenticeship program ye be boa na ye nkura mu wie je SS omso mu kokusua nsa nnwuma no ye be boa e diska kakra be ba na omso so atumi akokusua adwuma na omkokusua adwuma na aba na be fa won hoka na ye tua sa aka we sei na se de be omso kombadwum omofo kombadwum na so mu sua adwuma no wie mpokura na ye nya omo kwase omo nko ye be san mo startup capital a omo de be hye adwuma se and aban no I dedicated over 300 million Ghana cedis towards that policy. And also yedi aba. Yes, also can say National Codes Program. And then IT, ICT, and around the world. Ya can say a bar. Ya the sikabe shimna ya training ya more from mobile. Na almost what menya IT knowledge. Na mo de aboy am yes what drive ya economy na ya postmodern world. Technology and running we are seeing na while share computer be do be adwuma ho be ya odin. And nti ye Region Domani Mahama say what the 100 million Ghana cedis era National Codes Program no mu said e be ya ye ma e ba ha ko sua sa program we. Ye sa so ka say the $100 million eso share adwumawura program mu na aboa ama oman no so ye ntotoye no so atimi akoyie eno so yade yatimi adeliver no fefefe ama aye Ghana fo nyina so enwanwa meni aba assemble ko a Ghana fo kama no to adase NPP fo kama no to Ghana fo trim ene se ye ba teacher training allowances and hwa ye be ye fru ho no mo meni aba Abraham no kasai ene Ghana ban atwa sika twitwiri die ese ye de to na ye de nursing and teacher training allowances ama ye man ye nua no mo training colleges no omo anya sika omo so de bo omo bra ye sa so kan say ye ba ye nua no mu asebi omo di dem ye nua no mu omo di dem no ye ba ye be so omo asene na omo atima kosuapon akokosua de na omo so anya daachi bi agina so ena me no ka say ye wa Region Domani Mahama e de sika twitwiri die akokoshe mu say ye bo obi biara a wodi dem a okoso kokosua de no abana e fa no ho kanyina for the entire duration of in the studies no abana fa ho kanyina na eno so yetimi de aba yesa so share say nyame adona se Ghana for to aba de maya Ghana ni ba bia wanya admission so okosua de say eye training polytechnic and as a technical university say ye traditional universities ni bi say eye training college u first year no Ghana ban ebe absorb o academic cost ni na and na me no ka say nyame adaroma yeru ato forcing ene yeru Region Domani Mahama edisika twitwiri die aba eno so ye de ba so awofo ne ye mano asene se de be ya omo ko suapom so mko sua de a omo first year at least they will have a space to breathe na omo focus so ewo omo adisua no when ya ba eno so ye deliver on that ye so ehebo ese se nyame adom na se Ghana for eto aba de man biemu a ade ba ko a esi ebe akoma so ye pese ye no ene se ye de sika kese ebe hye ye the economy in terms of infrastructure the big push you have to doing the big push you are at 4% at the over 13.5 billion Ghana cedis in the next financial year share in infrastructure mu said the be ya ebe boama economy no etimagina na so sa e bona share no so ye di so na so o share sa no we say na say $10 billion share 13 billion cedis share infrastructure mu the Kenya say ye basis schools, ye basis hospitals, ye be ya kwan, ye be ye no be and ye the nipa na yes no way nyina. So in the course of investing in infrastructure no, we also create jobs for artisans. And ye man on boko science and nyuma, ye man on boko polytechnic and technical university technical skills no. Omu wi ombenya adwuma aye. Aboa ama man so punto etimi akoso. And oshe in the face of all the crisis and as economic challenges are o man ewo mu sesi now she said yet me fulfilling more than 90% of your promises you make it to the people of our country. Clearly, the Region Domani Mahama actually said politicians, as someone among for comfort politicians say, approve man for be wrong. Many about a normal what the abandon a door soon be na make also make na me call a car na make one seven. A car na make one seven. So we share cocoa sector no a car wo cocoa sector this year ya many about a idea asepim p na before say me cocoa sector no yen hwe bibi wa ha say we share a car down this year we say Ghana buying etua this year accumulated arrears this year we see etua 67 billion 0.5 billion Ghana cedis any idea sika that was here that was see etua if we MDAs, ministries, departments, and agencies, EBA, are contributing to about 5% of GDP. many about a car was a Ghana buying a triano a few ways say and no say osa owremu bi mu a na wokọ to say IPPs okọ yen IPPs a car Ghana buying also ye hwe na etua edema independent power producers are over 1.73 billion Ghana dollars and a car a down one also ye tua edema IPPs a car we nyina ye car eda yen so many chire mu wo cocoa border many aba Ghana cocoa board a car that was here yeah also Ghana buying tua and cocoa board tua 32 billion Ghana cedis na aban yetwa be aye na kufu ado dan kwai da no ade a woye ne se wode en Ghana ye cocoa ayete no afibia no ekokosi awowa agi sika for the years 2023 2024 waje hu sika na wose Ghana ban ebeti cocoa no de cocoa tua na enam se yama galamse ase yen sase na etwe cocoa nyinagu agalamse no so course no ye NPP ampanimfo ene ne da no magalamse no course no cocoa na wose ye supply na ketim no cocoa sa aka no for the year 2023 2024 no yentime enya sa sika no ne yentime enya sa cocoa ne ha kotua nje na me no ka say yenya shortfall of over 330,000 metric tons of cocoa ya roll over to this year wose aban we ena wose ye adwuma ne cocoa tua na ohwe sa ayi sa de we ba anase cocoa sector ade da wo sie na eka anasika Ghana ban ahwere in the past 2 years over $850 million many about cocoa sector.
Okay, say Konedu Ahomano Echa summary the ebefa comments Ashafonso Ede Ascendi Konedu Ahomano Tumwa na wabeto ane nkomo chichi no so ye wasamba akumienu bia wose ye bisano na we ano amai yamfa comments Ashafo Ede Ascendi ye kai mo sen kwemre na we nugu so wo no Mavis Barton was good evening watching from Lisbon, Portugal. Okay, that's it. NDC Diaspora Union or said the budget will surely collapse the NPP. Now they will become elephants in Kete. Greetings from Amsterdam, Holland. Okay. Asempa Hene Boache and Ediwe Bayo say watching and listening from Achim Himan. This is the finest budget under the Fourth Republic. Okay. Nami Yabiosi, please, Dr. Bongo, the 24-hour economy is in the budgets. Okay. Sweet Mother Tete, good evening, watching the show from Accra. All right, thank you. Sikapa family, you're saying, please, Dr. Bongo. Dr. Bongo doesn't know what he's saying. The budget has shamed the NPP and its bad policies. Watching on YouTube from Jumapon near Kofridja. Okay. Lady Mo _2. I say good evening, Madam Chifa. Ghana is really blessed with President Mahama in power. Ghana is free forever. Watching on Twisted Light from St. Petersburg, Russia. Okay. Kwesi Siao, say good evening. Dr. Bongo is not being truthful to himself and Ghanaians. He should be fair to himself and the viewers. Watching from Anglo Town in Kofridja. Jaframa TV and Eddie Weber, say good evening and greetings from Rara in the OT region. The 2025 budget has further decreased the popularity of the MPP. Kwekuyebo say Ghana is really working under the able leadership of President John Mahama, watching from Suhum in the Eastern region. Patience Darko and Edway Biosy, greetings from Hamburg, Germany. All right, here that's it. Okay, and so I'll see for the next one. Ghana Himfi, I'll see good evening. Ghanaians have received the budget with happiness and joy. Chifa, you can feel the happiness in the country when the budget was read. Watching and listening from Busosu in the Fantioko South district. Okay. Now that's after move and anyway by us. Good evening and watching from Tatale, Northern Ghana. Dr. Bongo should come again. Please receive greetings from Sekina Information Center. Listeners, Sekina Information Center, yes, so yajiboso, ichamupa. Robert Kimpiel said, wow, Comrade Bennett is doing justice to the topic. Greetings from Paris, France. Okay. All right, so yeah, go back to Bema Konedu Bennett. Now, Nanugusua or Kasa. Konedu Pacha Toa and Komocho Chen so MIA. When you tell Mike no into Yentonka.
Yo, mini about the Fachemi. Nana Manu Mekasa no. Na Mekasa fa cocoa sector no. Any Anyambran Samoa NPP are buying. And I bear and conform with Chairman Anui. Omade Ghana, ya for Afamu. Many about and I know Casas CA. Cocoa price, idea I was 3 pound. Nanso so and I'm say a bonnet, I buy a Chairman or Ghana, Eco 2 Muntino. 1 metric ton of cocoa be a beton biano, and they a beton nebiano. Ghana buying Lusu over $4,000. Yes, you can't was a gun about your queue for a bottom. As so, and I'm say a bonia, I buy a chairmu, a dear firm Muntino, and now no say, Ghana, I buy a Phyllis canon, every metric ton of cocoa be a beton piano, ye Phyllis canon to see, I'm no say. Many about, so Oko in a budget statement in Mua, Oko, baby to say, an external data. I feel between in the next 4 years, between this year and 2028, you know, Ghana buying a car or see a tier to external, creditors and Kwano, and I said, over 8 billion, meaning about over $8 billion, and it's a car or say a tier edema yen creditors, and I say, oh, now you do one car. Now out of this, no, meaning about out of this, no. Emu beye over 55%. I was say a tuya no between 2027 and 2028. And then we say more move about strategically. Share that a year, I said the beya. See, you have because 2027, 2028 near about 2 months. And it's over $4 billion in debt. At the amount where external creditors are. Actually, do not be free dollars do be free of mine. And to remember and I say pressure about your local currency so. Enti no omo ye nsa se de be ya aban no aban be better kunya so bia no towards elections no aban ho be kire no and clearly we share the omo ye na eno ne ade a esi botai ne esi won ani so a enti odi sa adwuma no me nua ba se wo share banking sector sisi ya Reserve Bank the Central Bank of Ghana the Bank of Ghana one na ehwe sika puduo so sisi no omo here bailout I was say omo liquidity and say equity omo here sisi no multiple stay afloat na 53 billion Ghana cedis sisi ya me no say Bank of Ghana any says sika I was a Ghana buying ekope sika de ba be shem say the be ya Bank of Ghana ebetimi operate ye nyina ebe kaya aban etwa mu in 2020 Bank of Ghana over 10 billion Ghana cedis edema ban we ya omo an go through a due process and then sano manoma nyina aba be hit Bank of Ghana and the Bank of Ghana ehwo kire ndenden ewo kwan obefa so a onu ankanza betu manage ne house enti se ye hwe a car nkofo man bato won musisi ya na wo hwe ekwan a NDC anase euro 2% efa so share ne budget na menua ba na efekeke na obi kusa ase na obi amoso oman mu aye den e na motumi ede ayi taxes bi ede afiri hono yen NDC for
na me buy no so na me buy because ye check budgets na ye taxes be every ho na yes I share free tertiary for people living with disability, first year students ever call for free, sanitary pad free for girls, free SHS, to budgets and all that, My question is, where is the government getting money to fund all these?
Yo, many about say over here a year. I mean, share document we say. Say, but sikana sika yenya from taxes ye free one no see no just under 3 billion Ghana cedis. E-levy, betting tax, emission tax, any COVID import tax in 1% ni no. Just under 3 billion Ghana cedis. Any sika you free all these 4 taxes emo. Na ye ne se nyame adom na se ye ba ye be on cap ye tax refund. Tax refund in a vehicle bi a you asetekwe na a setting up say your total revenue for the year no you remove 6% e ba to tax refund mu say the be ya one otua eto e ma ye boro so no on betima claim from this vehicle enti ye ba be fa akunya no ye hu sika abam in the last 8 years no over 32 billion Ghana cedis and I remu na out of that no just 44% depend and nkofo mutimi use the year adwuma sa vehicle no mandate to so betimi e de aye e che say you were over 16 billion Ghana cedis e be wura sa vehicle no mu a sebi yentimi mfanye bibia but the kokosha amanfo botom and the sa vehicle no na ye yi sika ne bi de afiri ono mo if you say say 6% of total revenue and they call tax refund no. Now tax refund no, you see 2% to crown out of 6% no, see 2% the free more. We are able to raise over 4 billion Ghana cedis. Yeah, more than sika in the free. The taxes are scrappy at the free one more. And that make us say you are at forcing the ingenuity, the creativity behind the drafting of this budget statement. I mean, also Ghana for one, and I'm very happy to say academia, our business, obi ebo you to force in about. So if you say at a point in Yankophobia almost university. Nanso so omba fa kunya na budget statement draft kwa yo modern. Omko fa Mackenzie ebe draft on first budget de ba omo. But for the first time, you are to force in presenting a budget statement, you share a kind of presenting a budget statement, a kind of creating some funds every baby seven point Emma which them to Ghana for so now say about you are to force in about and maybe stop this opportunity now media bona abaso kese pa Ghana yawade na media so that kese so be ma universities no and me keep post on Facebook as say o me fa obu ema universities no ofie most times we go invest with which no ba na de ni obu de man because adwene ne say okobucha ban de adwene ni na o na kita no Ghanaian universities they produce gems and you are to forcing the presentation or making an no HS ampa Ghanaian universities so there your boy home now you are John Romani Mahama as you born about because it takes a very good leader and a bit more sport a good talent now ordinary juma and you are to forcing amen and more budget statement or the buy very comprehensive very comprehensive obia budget no yema moko sebi I can carry on more than what you much sebi a tone or masum. If you say, so share Ilebia, ne or one more. Mamma said, so how could you or ton jack or ton norma and then 200 Ghana cities. Our they all transfers can be a man, the supplier said, on fan of Reno. Oh, Masana Sankano. If any scanner, so yet Timu 1%. Many about a chamine. You are to force them up a crime to a tax in the floor no more. Ebwama says Sikana. Na ohwe Ilevia the first year I introduce here the year 2022 sika de bra man na 643 million and the bra o man no 2023 am I 1.1 billion and the man 2024 year you term year am I 1.8 billion say sika we nyina you are to force and say Ghana buying essay yen keeping we bottom said ye be ya ye benya bi abo ne be kan disposable income ye benya bi atu bottom na ye bi a yetimi de aboye ho bra enti tax and as a by statement dey aba menu aba e ya de a efe e ma ne bro so na Ghana for enyina se NDC share e shebo e se omo ba omo de asempa e be bre and omo de ampa ye de asempa e de abre Ghana for na o hwe for many years. The advocate said, ya coin, I am so most times. I am then ye be here sky, ye be maintaining ya coin. Ye register the money, mamma says, and also so what it. One at to force Dr. Forsen. One with over 2 billion Ghana cedis. In fact, 2.8 billion Ghana cedis. Eddie Abase, yam for maintaining ya coin. Yam for maintaining ya coin, acquire a portals in the Sano Monoman in Nano. Yam for yes, Sano Monoman in the year before, ye present our budget to say, Sikana, a cost our budget, and I said, cost our fund more. Just over 1 billion. They're increasing about over 55%. I just said, Ghana for a year, dear, Ghana for Puntu, a year. And indeed, Tesca, that can only say, about Buama yet maintain the Aquan, said a bear coin, share a coso, young Kumuno, Sako sharing in our ever perform. And it many about so what share and no more a coso in the last 60 days are clearly a byway. I instill hope in the Ghanaian economy. And young foreign investors will be in a confidence our mind because Shebo, as a young VAT system, a idea, a too organized. Ain't you bet tender a VAT and as a reforms at our parliament, not parliament, may acquire. There is some alteration. Our young VAT system, no said you bet an integrated VAT system. Now, Buama. Small businesses, even large businesses, and so come with my job. Said a bay on bet me and Jessica, I'm going to expand operation. No more creating more jobs at the Ghana former. Indeed, on my no, but say a be a general miniaba, you hope, say, in the next 4 years, Ghana ever as some day. You hope, say, the next 4 years, at the year ever break Ghana for, and if your first year, your team decided more in our bar. Actually, say, I'm part a boy share Ghana for no. Ye did so. Now, I never acquire many about. I am a deneme pepper so. I said the provision of free basic health care. My candidate be say apomudin. Dear. A bit matter will be a chenamino can be a chenabini near the hole. And I arrested will be say a real man home. Say a real boa. I was said with me near Bruno. No, I said, Okoi Hospital near Kato says, Sikeno into Kufine Kuku. Ghana, a buying set or the free basic health care. Now, Yama Memo are paying for our Mbaquire Sabia, almost 7 women fee a com when 60 years and above, on Mbaquire Sabia, you bet my show or more, then quite say, Unisika on Tunku Finungu. Yura at 2 cents, any Euro gentleman, Mamma said, one with Sika Abba, Eba Bishim, said a bear, you bet me I said, yes, I saw cassette. Ghana buying sika Ghana or mine and spending food imports on hono there at the pressure can see eba beto yen the local currency so and Ghana buy say or the secretary die eba beto ebe support to akwa na yet me produce ennuane so betima di yema no mu and quantity vegetable production and cereal production no you produce enough yema no mu na atimi afidi yen economy no na aboa ma oman so atimi akoso ntimi about clearly budget na the buy this year still hope still a lot of hope when Ghana for walk on to mukasa obi ase she say that year dey betima kofie ampa ade ba ko na hayam kese pa titu Ghana for walk on to say would sika be coffee and also be a crab coffee. Now, what plan be but within a month or two, now the BSC after inflation, depreciation of the local currency, now we seek a summer basa into we plan so coffee and I did. But and net option to say that talk now share gold board. I did back never but I see any so until this our gold board never said. The bet to me I generated enough dollars about our money stabilize a city now. Every must all the $10,000 for if I'm running a business. Over if you're running business, over to plan a business at least for 1 year, and over to plan Usikano. No, you soon year. I'm a boy, I was watching about of you, and also to make queen, also to make create at least 1 or 2 jobs. I'm a Ghana for and a BI. It's even about budget now, a buy, and for the first time in many years, the budget that they buy anything. Yet a budget as some budget, as some great budget, yet a budget will be as well as some papa not Ghana for bread. There are some great banana Ghana for soon. And that your budget they buy no, you see anything because the focus and they say you best soon Ghana for Ghana for Komajuom. and only ade and we are so proud to say yeah campaign edema ye region Romani Mahama na obaye no so no sebi 1 million mu nwase me nua ba me da ase
All right, Medasi Kennedy yanko Dr. Bongo Mashud Hona. Dr. Bongo.
Yeah, Jifa.
Kennedy our church and same nimu. Wache uni interest 24-hour economy no. Any budget nimu. I think you are obviously na ubisana.
Jifa, this tells you that NDC and Kasankasa, they are not ready. They are not ready. Konedu kan no. Once I what my catcher say, abai no, over create jobs, direct jobs say. What me can say buy no, I allocate budget. Say you have a teachers no, nurses no, backlog no. This budget is hopeless budget. The first time we can no. The only thing I mean who budget my the pan say it will provide sanitary pad to the young ladies free of charge. Now, no crown NGOs cry be brave or crown we be that. And to be Ukraine, good news. NGOs be brave. Omuto 70% check my. Now, Jifa, Konedu Saka say, we should gold bond now. Yes, say. Near me can say, gold no say no gold. Obie ni ho betimi di gold African ha akwa buchiri. Obie ni ho. Gold money is strictly PMC. Omun kwa no mitimi wa lances no the gold made ebitimi dia 2 coin akoton. And there's strict regulation when it comes to gold. This will be only gold ejuma. Gold there's strict registration. And it's only no the gold show so the 2 coins is here. Who do airport on major gold. This is the chain. And that's all the other jewels not the show. And also the 2 coin only a good price for it. So the best way is to always make your right documentation, export it freely, and you get a good price. Any name of gold, And the gold bond on all can say buy, even though me who the details of the policy, but I'm just waiting for the details. Then we can say budget no, a hopeless budget because Omaka sa gold bond, this is BNM. Omaka 24-hour economy. Ask at how they are going to implement the 24-hour economy. And the code you say, Konedu buy and Obechurch want me 24-hour economy near how they are going to implement it. Because 24-hour economy, that means economy every year 24 hours. Now budget no no Konedu na over kind budget no on point baby me say budget we I say because there are a lot of sectors in the budget. Sector way they are going to run 24-hour economy and this is their budget. Any sir. Any yena nanka ye was our project no yena nanka was our budget no but Ghanaians and two amaye and I'm gonna say yeah you present an alternative budget right you present an alternative budget meaning say you present via NDC for be we but yeah the more Jifa asama ye kai de bia meka me do video so me no video so na maka asem bi mami divert kakra Ghana for de bia meka Ghana for yempe anokre difa when you say problem be by parliament and obi can say the murder of the murderer's daughter the murderer's daughter as the letter all is sorry so we call parliament no be ban statement no but mati say na minority side ma who say more for a demonstration see yen nipa ni free yen nipa nimba but after na be yes statement no be nearby no can say JB Danko a traitor or a betray Ghana or a traitor or my CIA overthrow coming Kuma, which is not true. And Yanukre, et Nipakura can say ye JB Dankwano, your partner Dankwa Buzia, who I can say ye partner traitor. And as you can say murder of a daughter, Ghana for say I did not tell person much. Now Jifa Ghana a way a dio. ina dear. And then me Rollins edu ba Ghana. Then you say why you 2 times. Then you say I'm for and you say judge the kuomu. Then you say former head of someone no ko fathers ko kuomu. And then you say Rollins boys. Adebuga ebejina national reconciliation ekaye. Say if I've murdered someone, then Rollins asked me to murder that person. Okay, where a fact his historical jifa. And yes, it will be na aka. A fact historical. And I'm on for has a CAE America during AFRC PNDC. Omo parents who your man who funu. And this Obibeka say Rollins is a hero. A true Rollins is a hero. Obibeka say Rollins is a murderer. It's a true because during Rollins PNDC they murdered a lot of people. And the minim dentina where I was a name left and right. Name person Ghana 40 and say Jifa I did be all papa be bia say your papa ya no crow. Effect also. And so your politician who you soldier ni who you be no person you could deter no person your politician. Kai say one day ebeba obaso. This is just a lesson. No obi can say Ron Senator Ron is the daughter of a murderer. And the same thing is just for I and you to advise ourselves to know that whatever we do one day they will use it against our children or our extended family. Difa, mami sa court budget no. Na kone du nkasa all kanu you say kone du ope youth asem opo masem on chere me budget no o can say coders on chere me budget no fahin na etre say ebe employ youth and Difa unim say your unemployment pa o Ghana ha bebre kwa. This budget does not even give hope to the youth. It doesn't have any hope. It's just hopeless for the youth. Right? This is the budget. Yeah, can't watch them. Now, Jifa, when you say budget, we so introducing new taxes. Jifa, when you say a crowd them board in power, say a budget we introduce tax a current home and if you from the J. When you say Jifa. And I also share by that area no. We are not
That be me who that aspect here.
Aha. Ukwa sa area no. The property tax beba. It a few from some of the budget. Na say see no cry intimi tua. Over high down wa kra untimi. You pay 2 years, 3 years, then 40,000, 40 something thousand. 1 bedroom apartment. No salary tax be 400. Any ko na say buy. Difa. And I'm say so konedu no. Say omo kan say e-levy yan no. Say see an NDC omuji anase omonji. Omuji e-levy tax. Omo di twa omo nu. Omuji di bedi tax omuji di. Omo di twa omo nu. It's omo tu omo. Jo mama nam ye ping pong say tu enika. Felix Kwachi onu sinam Ron is sorry to say. Jo mama ko tu ko say no di ni ko. Tax na di tu enika. E-levy kan omuji di. And in person Ghana for who say e-levy na NDC eka so ma ge so mu twam no say see on no enjoy say e-levy no and do send 100 Ghana no send 200 Ghana 2 sika na NDC na di say sika na NPP o and NDC for na me di omo ka say yen no say so no enjoy e-levy no Ghana for e din ada na yen bi so mo ma yen bi so mo so mo so metwam na ya o metuma twam na ya and yes you have say oh quite a fast year no majority. Almost 180 something. NPP about 80 something. And some metro men ya or met matchum. Now so many chomanu Muntaka, former minister of sports. Last or coin almost in the girlfriend, the pampas, no train and train, now no the chum. So a minister of interior. Or enjoy your e-levy no. Me also say yeah Ramadan fast is saying so crown or mudi chomonu. You break here on the track konam e chile. And the e-levy no taxes no. Me pese Ghanaians who say NDC are enjoying our e-levy. So anytime you send money over 100 Ghana, but we cry me than I say. But when I can say any threshold of 100 Ghana. So you who send who you here no send 100 Ghana and my auntie intimidate Dr. Bamu Bamuyase. Me than I say pass all this happen. Can you say ka NDC for commercial 100 Ghana tax no meji edi difa bi so NDC for omuji di VAT no omuji di E-levy omujidi, betting tax omujidi, and almost COVID-19 tax omujini na roll NDC for AGD. Jifa na me boa say tax ni etwam yetua me call China mo sesie me call Melcoin no kotoe me hwe no e-levy ya timi COVID-19 ya timi VAT ya timi and see NDC for your campaign so me twam o maba abru 3 months omuntuma ntwa ade we mu wow Ghana for mamunji NDC for di kra menji omundi na Jifa. All what I have to say is that even though as much as NDC is in power, I know some Ghanaians have started regretting for making the wrong choice. This is just 3 months. 3 months, Ghanaians have started regretting for making the wrong choice. And today, Mr. Ghana for Mr. Ghanaians, Mr. Me say NPP dear, and in the memo page 34 no. Bar chart was no. So bia ope bia no cause that bar chart na no akwohwe. Na ohwe say NPP ye ade na say nya ade. Ye GDP ye inherit no and GDP ye jama NDC for no. Ohwe a over baka obo say anokredie no eye ba kope. Bo say NPP ye ade ye economy ni ye even no na ye din. Amanfo bi wo honum a omungiye ndi. But sa budget we no amama hu say ya dear papa. Professor Eddie sa batchat we ya. Already numbers so Ghanaian baby owo bia wo hwe numbers we obehu. Everyone was say kone Dubai no wan kan ho asem. Me ka say o ka obe distribute obe rebattle me with this batchat so menya no kre but oba no when there he made it slide because he knows that where the anokropo to on near Sembiaka. No can say 24-hour economy or budget into a niso. The only thing that the 24-hour economy stated is that they will bring another policy to parliament, but they didn't specify the government have made this amount of money in the budget to implement the e-levy. To implement the 24-hour economy. Omuni bisa. Now, Jifa Mr. And a Mr. Omo budget no so me who industrialization wom. So obe kaya Commander Sugar Factory NDC time omo sha CEO. And omo ye antimi anye ye. Say omo aba power. One say your mama kan ho asem. Now so ko commission no. Oko ye fro ho no aduma ko ana say central region e ho. Sugar Factory no. Jifa so obe kaya oko commission ansa no lose elections no. MPP antimia anye omo ba na mi se ka John Mama no project no ko betu mi ka
pioneers of one district one factory in this when me nkura Commander Sugar Factory mo there I don't think that you should leave the blame to NDC or mobile 2 months ni yen ko do hona honestly on that was my
because because they did not have the right policy. You see, when you are doing industrialization and you need raw materials, you have to make sure that you have the available raw material before you build a factory. You don't build a factory before you are going to look for raw materials. That is the mistake that NDC did. And that is why NPP came. We couldn't implement the sugarcane factory. Because they were not outgoing farmers. Okay, farmers, but okay, raw materials were here, not the way sugar. And now go for raw materials free about labor. And go for raw materials export on over there. Take out the first sugar and ban over ton crown here. But when no go find ni more do, you say you show, not the aba, and son 1 million. And that is the wrong policies that we have always been preaching about. That's the wrong policies that NDC are having to always talk about. And Ghana for minimum edin komo, Mr. Rama, so mutie me video and I say GH1A Ghana TV, Ghana News TV. Mon sheni na mon kind because Anokrano Ayabako, the truth will always stand. NDC is not a good party, and NDC can never manage Ghana. NDC, the best that they can do is to mismanage Ghana. That's the best NDC can do to mismanage Ghana. But your opposition, you yari, not your best sorry. yɛtete yɛ ho
Okay, Dr. Mungu
yɛbɛtete yɛ ho
Yabadasi.
na yɛahoɔden aba okay yɛbɛtete yɛ ho
Okay,
na
Yabadasi.
yɛahoɔden aba
Yanko Kunedu, Yanfa Kunedu, Yadom, na ono so near Aka, it was Oka, Ombe, and country, it's here for na. Yes, sorry, Kunedu.
Yo, mini aba, medase. Na contradiction na echo so NPP mu no ade a asefem. Na on one hand, former minister of finance say betting tax na omo amfa amba. Ene Dr. Gina ha say o ho no mo a NDC eri twa enum. Enti emu de na yemfa. Nti atiefo mo a mo ni ho abobo. Many about say, yeah, doctor, ever dina application says no, Kasana Ghana for discerning, very discerning Ghanaians, 80, no, make it very wild allegations. Now, I was say, doctor, I saw you what 77. Doctor, I don't quite you can who said, almost mutieno, a Ghana for the air can be arsenal. They are at the very bottom of the economy and they feel the air can be arsenal. And so, say, budget no, any budget papa got ya buy a Ghana for sika. Na ene sa akwa no ko school na onya diapers free akwa no ko school na ye mana aduane di free ye nkro ye ma omo je kindergarten primary JSS obi anya 4 sets of textbooks free a na o ka kire Ghana ni se NDC de omo timi nya oman die omo ye amamboyefo a Ghana fo na ebejaje na menu ba nkofo se mo awudi se mo di Ghana no ebini so ko page 20 a Oko page 20 say Mr. D Honomwa on project page 20 ni mame na ka bebre ba gofo mu ejato ho ni nyina no so obeka ya 2016 abra ye frɛ kunya so no ye regional man no wa creative fund bi a friend sinking fund in dollar account na botaya anti ye de sa fund ni nyina ba ye ne se dachi bi se ye ho aka dɔso a ye de bi betua abra ye free ho no na sinking fund no sika na was sinking fund no mu no na ye $319 million in 2016 $319 million and na wom ye ba be fa kunya na anu December January 17 sika ewom sisi just $64,000 not $100,000 $64,000 oba be fa kunya na sika na ewom $319 million many about ubu so omse skara mo de ye den omo ntimi mfa mo nsa nkyira de potin bi so a omo ye ya Ghana for bakasa de wa mo diska ye nya ho fa so ntina sika ni se nken fa no kompa eye many about ye fru ho no ye ja 430 million Ghana cedis in cedi account eno so se di betua ye ho aka eno so e wo cedi mu e wo fie ye ba be fa kunya sika e wo sa fund no mu no just over 40 million Ghana cedis. Say sika bia NDC jare to ho bia no kofo emu discuss kana bo ahoro mu sirem and nti na omu fi say budget e dey ba no e be din dia man omu nim damage o cause to the economy omu nim the damage o cause to our fiscus into the news say ba be fa konya na ye ho be kire yen but no ekwan afaso ya to no ma ekwan afaso ya use innovative ways at creating new vehicles ebo me etima generate revenues na etim dia fund your budget no omo an kwa ajo omu nsem and me catch Ghana for nyina say munya gidie kase o NDC aban mu ye be sum Ghana ye be sum mo ama ayefe ene one nkwa na ekasa obi as nkwa na they say they did good school mu pa o eno any bosha ya share Ghana for enti say doctor be etna na o ka kire Ghana for say budget no ahunhwi wo mu a Ghana ni a ne bako secondary school no and o friend ba no o ka say ma da ene mi di kosua mienu me ko de koda na mi di kosua mi gyan no ko bi ka ma me nim say ye wura mahama bosha o share no say oba be free citizen no eno bi na aso ne ba so no ma me nim say ne ba ne free citizen no o ko university a ne first year university fee ontua the first year nation training fee on tia the first year technical technical university fee on tia and yen say enkwa na eko school a first year na din pa but when you remove you better student loan better pay add student loan now they are future and walk up so baby. Enti, ye were gentleman who sent you know, what say, ye first year academic course in Nano, or funding na. Enti, no we secondary school and not we secondary school never go invest here. And one is open admission. When admission, we are first year in the year. You were gentleman, Mahama say, or dada, or pass academia. Enti, you abongo every time the case is catch the Ghana for say 7 budget or the band on the band on the woman so na yesaka wa budget a ye nua no mo Ghana for ye mo Ghana for ye ofa no mo Ghana for and e be judge for a on be judge ye budget statement a ye de buy no ti ye de me nua ba ye ni age and at a point tama ye wura at force in every budget statement no edu ba bi na awosia gumi na ohwe the posture the demeanor na odi really budget statement na clear we Ghana na was good because in the last 8 years ahochira Ghana for farm at a tier Ghana for farm na we hwe asumdue and yenya just because of budget statement now there but almost a budget statement but declaring an intent say obey Ghana year no na odi akọ ne budget statement and budget statement na there ban see about law say you not pass enough at the budget ko parliament ko reach the parliament do more e debate ni e do more about by law e say kwan bias no Ghana buy ni e social contract e say be our budget no also ye say wanya e na Ghana ko betuma gina so say o hye ye boso be say we say wanye enti ni ye gina so dey ato abati wan say ye gina so ato abati amount enti say hwe see e be Ghana pempen so about be dra mini aba Ghana for ye kan nyane say yen support ma ye Dramani Mahama. Now the next 4 years, what build the economy a bit me accommodate ye nyina. Dr. Ekasa no say ya nhye boss ye be create nyuma. Na me nua ba me kasa no me kan say ye see the 13 billion Ghana cedis ba wa be share infrastructure mu ya to no dey big push. Say infrastructure na this 13 billion cedis ye shemu no. Sebi yen kon go for Nigeria for na wa be ye adwuma no. Yen kon for Togo for na wa be ye adwuma. Ghana for ma o masua artisanship and they don't buy yes and they don't buy yes in the end no as you're investing in our economy no we're also creating jobs and only idea you were Dramani Mahama a boss of the Ghana for and any idea budget statement in clearly as stipulated say obey the Ghana for now me say my car somewhere me say free 24-hour economy no many about and your policy I was say you have your budget if you say Ghana buying any private sector any baby di juma say economy no taxes say ye free when nyina no e discover be gu ye ma no mbotom e discover gu ye of mbotom e discover gu ye nua no mbotom and say the say ye benya enough money to spend and say ye was enough money ye spend there it means ye better stimulate demand our economy no and if you're able to stimulate demand companies will find a reason to produce more and say or when you're a reason to produce more e bia na 8 hours a day now we ejuma na so omo if it's a demand the cost and no and be my company and say government policy now they aba say you run 24-hour shifts no I mean you can register policy so that be benefits we say power electricity price reduction here no onu so benya bi no onu so ba join policy na e bi aso no so nti maka say sa policy generic very organic say economy ni grow demand ekosoro and no the 24-hour economy no ebeba nemum and no one more say to akwam to say stable power supply if it's all running 24-hour economy who here energy and I say a stable energy a bit more power industries now I provide can and I say higher another brain omo kwadwuma omo mfadwuma eba omo susu no omo akoni aba no enkonkɔ emfo mu nkɔto danger mu eno ne ade a o say ye aba ne de ne say obe create a conducive environment for the policy to thrive eno kwase ye create budget for a 24-hour economy. It is a policy that is going to be supported by private sector largely by private sector and government agencies to say DVLA any passport officer omo nyina asha say omo operate 24-hour economy ni nyina ade a preparation towards the full implementation of the policy. Now, boa ama Ghana for so anya dwuma ye. Enti sebi I just Ghana ni a onpe Ghana yi na budget here by obeka setia. Na 24-hour economy na omo aka no me ka kire Ghana for masasi subiem say enye ade a wo say create budget de ma no. government there so and say create a conducive environment for business to thrive. And if government estimates demand that companies will have a reason to produce more. And if companies are producing more, they tend to say, I want to additional labor. Normally, I say, if they tend to say they will need more hours to be able to do that. And instead of running 8 to 4, on 24 hours, maybe they will do 16 hours so that they can meet demand. And some policy near the banner also Ghana for every day. 20 before, won't take more time. Now, we read the policy. Moon read it, but I said the policy neighbor, and they said the policy never a Juma Fano. Moon read it more about it. Said a bear mobile chassis. Sana Mon see Famano and a month to budget statement in Ya can say that the policy near air co parliament. Now, parliament has set up a framework for the policy to work out. That is what the finance minister stated in his budget statement. And 24-hour economy is coming. And it is coming to serve the interests of the Ghanaian people. It is coming to create more jobs for the ordinary Ghanaian person. And Yasaso Ashabose, as we are training more teachers, as we are training more nurses, foreign partners, countries, ever forming partnerships. So the you bet me export nurses and teachers as a human capital. And they are among farmers from Juma. Now, Omo Ghana buying ever share Omo Ekono Mubam. Now, yet me a protect our rights. We made that very clear in the budget statement. Because the intention is that we are going to train our citizens to be able to add value to the economy, not just to the Ghanaian economy, but to the global economy. And Ghana for say NDC abaya abayi ya base ba some Ghana mine ya base ba Ghana ye ya base be some dre Ghana for and budget statement here reading and clearly ema ya hotoso say assembly rewrite no one ma kan no obedi so and then the mandate amuda man aye 4-year mandate no enu se sa 4 years nso no na Ghana for when did we move now massa another mandate near that also beyond 2028 and to me aba medisia no na me din check say kofie asakoma minua Peter na any kojodankwa na nyam papa Samuel Ofusompofo me din check say my doctor me din check say eso de ma na minua bajifa oso me chia obadwuma ache for the past 4-5 years one year adwuma ya da se oka ho bi na abafafa ba na Ghana force so esre yami nka ho
onka wonso ho ya da se yenu abema konedian ko Dr. Bongo so ho na omayen ni closing remarks.
Yeah, Jiva anu kre konedu ba no be kan ya no ozi se sie no omunye kohie di eri pam pad nso di be ma omu eno kire se John Mahama asama oka se we have criminal manage the economy no enye true because you see any dear ejana omadi no enye ye juma ye is continue nkrani so see omunye x na no we na odi no ana me bojifa konedu na eka o oka for also say economy ni ye jai healthy economy ma omo enit no mutimi to edwane emma school for ni di enit na ye diapers ma omo no. Thank you, Konedia. Why are dear pa? Na me person. Anu kre de eba ko pe. Ukwa anu kre a. Ghana for ina bejuedi. That means manage economy ye. Ghana for can say come here din. Na ye manage ye save sika. So be over power be anu. Kabo mo ba ya ko be implement. NDC by we implement. And ye effort no na. Say NDC for a ride on. Now me person me use this opportunity. Achia Konedu. Na ma che Ghana for ni na. Ghana eba ko pe. Yeni NDC Ghana, yeni NPP Ghana, yo one Ghana. And then one Ghana na mi kachire Ghanaians ni say one Ghana no NPP phone kwa na betimi a manage one Ghana no. And the next time ye mistake view na ye vote ama NDC because NPP kwa na betimi ade a manage Ghana ama Ghana ko nim. De bia mi kasa asam we but ebi wo ho no bi mu ntemase. De added na me make asa. Say see one this one fact na ye ka no. Edijuma ebo, edijuma ba. right? Uche kasapreku one this one factory pro ya buona manaye. Uche factories na one I farm for any bit my implement 24-hour economy. But this is a party that saying 24-hour economy. And this is a party that came and they couldn't even implement the 24-hour economy. This is the party instead of the industrialization that they should ride on it and implement the 24-hour economy. They have cancelled all the one this one factory. This is a party that doesn't have a direction for policy implementation, policy monitoring, and policy evaluation. And yeah, a mistake. Ghana for my engine to say a mistake. Now I prepare 2028. Next time the NPP then about power. Differ one effect me that see. We started on city and they be me share no many aje. Me proba the almost screen effect. I'm on for share one. I'm on for share. Mr. Tina one for suit Eda yamiasi, tenka manyosu eda miasi. Ghana for ina bebe mu bia eda mu ina asi. Mungu sun hweye, muma yan trendi, muma yan yini na yanko enim. Ye dia ye kan nokura nko a, anokura de ye ba akopɛ. Uka nokura ejina bibia ejina no. Medamasi, yamishiro obia. MPP Russia,
That's how
MPP
we say
Germany.
that too.
Mejifa, we mami for wenchia MPP chair lady Canada. Chair lady Victoria Michiano pa ewa Canada otatie mi pa enti
Okay.
Michiano o boy juma o Canada pa o
Okay.
boy juma pa Ghana boy juma nso Michiano ongusu embo juma sa ma NPP na yame be hira no that's it.
All right, so Dr. Mungo Yadasi, and some radio, the radio, no eba area, the Munina says some more jibre, and say, and send them comments. I know primary media and just an hour, Sheno Yadamasi, will send them comments, a share link, no, my preference to answer AKB, and they are discussing the 2025 budget. Yene Dr. Abongo Mashut out Sinema NPP Amanyuku and Akunedia Don Bennett out Sinemu Edema NDC Amanyuku. My producer Mr. Sets at the Ono and a boy I did media and Ebremo. The Evening Tribune and a sponsor media. Midi at the Antonia Jifa if I know what you send there, you be saying Asia view. Yeah, come
Hey, hey.